Hi, do you have rocks at your house and you wish they were shiny? I did, but not anymore. Today I am going to be cutting some rocks on a tile saw and polishing them up with a sander polisher. Nice. I picked these because they are odd. This one's got some crystals in there. I want to see what's going on inside there. I cannot believe how beautiful those bands are, but I'm a little bit worried that that white stuff is going to wear off and you might not be able to see as much on the inside. That one's got a little bit of a blue hue to it. Same with this one, not too much. And this one is beautiful. I dare say that this one especially is going to be a lot smaller. There's a lot of matrix on it, the rhyolite. So I'll get the tile saw going, I'll cut them up, I'll do some polishing, and then I'll show you how they look in between each stage and the final polish. Cross our fingers. Okay. We're gonna have a look at the first two that didn't turn out as good as what I was hoping for. Possibly because of human error, and possibly just because there was not much in there that I was looking for. This is the inside of that one. Not very much going on now. I've taken this to the tile saw and I've rubbed around the edges, just softened them a bit, because I'm gonna chuck that into my next tumble. I didn't want to spend hours polishing it because the results would have been pretty much the same as what it would have looked wet. The other one was this guy. I don't know if I've said it before, but some rocks don't need to be cut. I probably should have just, I don't know, oiled this, cleaned it up and oiled it so I could enjoy those bands, because what happens on the inside is, and those bands disappeared. And it's a sad day when the offcut looks a lot better than the piece you're working on. That thing is stunning. Next up is this one. It's a chunk. It's probably too big for the tile saw. But what I did was, by cutting little sections here and there first off, it gave me room to make clearer cuts and better cuts to really show off the rock. And let's have a look at it now that it's done. It's a pretty piece. Has a lot of different things going on in there. The shine's beautiful. I did a couple of faces on this one. Look at some of the details in it. Just stunning. I'm not sure what that black stuff is in there. The different textures of the rock you can see took different polishes. That one's still pretty good. I mean, these have not been finished with an oxide or a polish sort of thing. This is just up to 3000 grit. I just thought it was a beautiful little thing. Stands there like that. That's the base. The next two. Well, it started off as one rock. This is the rock. It's got these beautiful botroidals. I didn't want to actually lose those botroidals or destroy them. I wanted them to end up being part of the final piece, so I cut this into two so I could display it as a double specimen sort of thing. Like that. On a coffee table, on an office table. But it is beautiful. So it's two pieces of the same rock. I polished both sides. You can see that polish is nice. It's gonna have a different texture in there because that is crystal quartz on the inside there. This brown stuff is basalt, and the chalcedony is mixing through that with the interior as crystal quartz. But I just thought it was beautiful. It did take a nice polish. Again, that texture that you see there is from the different textures of the material. That's that one, and it's got the beautiful botroidals in there that I really wanted to keep. I love them. They're stunning. And this other side as well. It almost looks like a landscape. Just beautiful. That's one thing I love about these rocks. When you cut them and polish them and look inside, you could almost just imagine what it would be like to be miniature and hanging around in that terrain. Again, little tiny botroidals on the inside there. So that's this one. It's a double piece. Come on, where are you? It's a double piece that sits like that. And finally, the bit that I really love. This rock is a funny shape. Well, here's what it looked like first off. And I initially was going to give it a cut straight through, but I decided to try and get flats on, like flat faces on the sides where the chalcedony was going through, and I wasn't sure how deep the basalt actually went into the stone and what that would create. So this is basically a freehand piece. I think it's pretty. Like I said, not your best polish ever, but still pretty good. You can see the contrast between the basalt and the chalcedony with how much luster it has. Not sure what type of mineral that is on the inside. I'll zoom in. Oh, there you go. Look at that bad boy. Isn't this stunning? It's got a lot of different faces on it, and those faces are hard with this machine, so yeah, I just like it. Now, one of the things that I love about this one is right in there, again, like a different world, like an underwater scene. I don't know what you would call this, if this is actually a plume or something like that. The way the basalt has little flecks of stuff in it, crystally bits, the way the chalcedony sort of fills the voids in the basalt, giving it that color. Whereas there's a beautiful piece. That's stunning.
As some of you might know, when I fall in love with a rock, I like to give them a name. I'm naming this one Terra. She reminds me of land or a territory or Mother Nature, Earth, a different landscape. And she's beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Now see that? That's where the basalt has fallen away, and you can see it's left like an indent of a crystal structure. Not sure what that is, whether the basalt contained some calcite maybe, and it's taken on the form of those crystals. Not sure. But there you have it. These were so much fun to work on. Look at that. There. What are you doing? That's not a scratch. Oh. That crystal in there, it's like a green color. If you know what that is, let me know. I don't know if that's like olivine or something like that in the basalt, but that one's my favorite. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot tell you how much I love doing this work. I will see you next video. Thank you so much. Bye.